studio, we've been joined by the Head of Administration Legal Aid Scheme, Sylvester Nyakumen, to talk more on the financial constraints facing legal aid. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, madam.
I mean, in the story we played, it was obvious that you had not received any funds from the beginning of the year, January till now. Yeah. How have you survived? How do you go about your business?
Well, it's not been very easy. We've been having very tough this time. What we do is we now have UNDP supporting us. So we've opened about 15 districts, and they provided logistics in terms of computers, photocopiers, and other things. Now we did an interview last year to recruit some personnel to man the district. As I speak now, we still haven't gotten the financial clearance from government to recruit the people. So we had to do internal transfers to the districts. The permanent staff to head the districts.
How huge a support, or no, let me rephrase the question. How much do you get from government? That's the specific question I want you to answer.
It's inadequate.
How much?
Well,
because I didn't want to do how voluminous or little the support is. That's why I'm asking how much.
It's little as compared to other. No, legal aid is underfunded since inception. The funds that come from government cannot run the scheme, and therefore there's a need to solicit outside support, and that's what we've been doing. We are in partnership with collaboration with the UNDP, who are supporting us in terms of logistics. But when it comes to personnel, that's where the government will have to come in to support us by probably, like I'm saying, give us the financial support, give the financial plans to recruit. And then place people in the district that we've created. Okay.
You talk of logistics, and when I hear logistics, I mean, it sounds very big and a bit ambiguous. Specifically, what do you need?
Well, when we want to talk about the challenges of legal, we start from office space. Currently, the head office and the Greater Accra are all housed in the ground floor of the Council for Law Reporting. Now, when we go to a district, we have 5 regional offices. The other regional offices don't have offices.
Okay, and you need office. I'm sure you will come with computers.
Low remuneration for our professional staff. That's why the lawyers.
But you're supposed to be lawyers for the vulnerable, the poor, people who don't have. So people don't really expect that. Well, you're so fixated with money.
When you look at the remuneration of the lawyers in legal aid and those in private practice, it's nothing to write home about.
That's like comparing apples and oranges.
Pardon?
Comparing apples and oranges.
Exactly.
No, go ahead.
Yes. So like I'm saying, so it doesn't look attractive for lawyers to come to a public service too. We've done advert. I quite remember about 2-3 years ago, we advertised for regional directors, and for 1 year, no one applied, because they prefer to be in private practice. And then with the single spine issue that also coming. We want the lawyers to be placed. That issue is being discussed to be placed at par with the attorneys in the Attorney General's department.
Beyond that issue being tabled to be addressed, have you taken practical steps to get your monies, at least to enable you to run your office?
Well, this time we are running what we call the gift mix system. So you run the system, and it's when government releases the money, that the funds that you can be able to undertake whatever service that you want to render. But until that is done, it becomes very difficult.
Okay. Now you have the support of the UNDP.
Yes.
How did you get that support? Did you go to them, or did they come in? And because it will inform my next question.
Yeah. Well, we had a collaboration with them from 2006 to 2010. That's where we started mainstreaming. They've been assisting us in training mediators. So when the first 5-year lapsed, we renegotiated, and then they are supporting us. I think somewhere last year, beginning of this year, they supported legal aid with, I think, about $300,000 worth of equipment. They have assisted us in opening the 15th district that I'm talking of.
Okay.
They've equipped the offices with computers, office cabinets, furniture, and then they've also offered training for the mediators. So they're assisting us a lot.
All right. So personnel government has to help. How about approaching other partners? Have you done that? And who can support the legal aid scheme? Well,
Danida and other donor agencies can do that. We've been talking over, but most of the time when you do the approaches, sometimes the response isn't that positive. I remember somewhere last 3 years there was this donor conference that we organized, and the attendance wasn't anything to write home about.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't
not just no. I'm not talking about people not showing up for your program, but why is it that? I mean, you're all lawyers helping the people who are very vulnerable, who can't access private lawyers. Very expensive to do so, and so you offer assistance to them, and yet you don't receive the support. I mean, you mentioned a program that people didn't show. Why do you think that is the case?
They did not support that we did. They did not program that we did
yes.
to solicit support. Well, the attendance was
why?
Have you? Well, I wouldn't know.
All
but
right.
if you get other agencies like Danida and other donor agencies supporting, I think to go a long way to assist us to render the service that we need to render to the poor indigent in Ghanaian society.
All right. Thank you very much. Sylvester Ment is the head of administration legal aid, and it's a scheme that legal aid scheme was established to enable access to the poor and vulnerable. However, we understand their constraints, and you heard him say exactly what they need in terms of logistics and also personnel. They need more personnel, and that they're counting on government because they would have to pay those personnel. You're on Midday Live right here on TV3. We'll do some more stories. In the meantime, you can also share your thoughts with us if you've ever gone for the services of a legal aid lawyer. How was it like for you? Share with us on our social media platform, and I'll be happy to read them to the rest of the world.